Hello everyone, welcome to Vista's Learning. Hope you all are doing well. This is Linda here and I am your EVS educator for class 4. If you're visiting our channel for the very first time, I have to tell you something about Vista's Learning. Vista's Learning is an online platform that gives quality education for all of you. So, if you don't understand some of your subjects or units or some part in your subject, do review our videos so that you will get more better understanding on your subjects. And if you like our videos, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and also click on to the bell icon so that you do not miss any of our further videos. Alright children, so let's begin with our today's class. In today's class, we're going to do chapter 15, okay? Chapter 15 and the name of the chapter is From Market to Home, okay? It's called From Market to Home. Let's read. Okay. Day at night. My name is Vaishali. My father is a vegetable seller. Okay, so remember children, this chapter is about Vaishali. Okay, so maybe it is about what she experienced in her journey. Okay, so let's read it. So this girl's name is called Vaishali and Vaishali's father is a vegetable seller. My whole family, Amma, Bhaiya, Chotu and I, help him with this work. Can you guess at what time we begin our work? So this is the whole family that if you see in the picture, that's the whole family. It's Vaishali, Amma, Bhaiya, Chotu and I. So all four of them are there. And Vaishali is actually asking, can you guess what time we usually start our work? We don't know. Let's read. At 3 o'clock in the morning, when most people are fast asleep, we start our work. Our day's work begins with Babuji, Amma, Bhaiya and I take out the previous day's vegetables from the gunny bags and the baskets. This is to prepare for bringing the fresh vegetables from the mandi. Sometimes Chotu also helps us. Okay, so what they do, at the midnight, okay, so that is around 3 o'clock they start their work. Okay, so what they do, they just take the previous day's vegetables. Okay, so all of them comes together and they do this work. So what happens when everybody is fast asleep, they do this. Okay, so they take previous day's vegetables, they remove all the old vegetables and they get fresh vegetables. Okay, they get fresh vegetables and starts their work. And it says sometimes Chotu, the very little one, also helps them. Let's move on. As we finish doing this and are having some tea, we hear the horn of the tempo. It's time for Babuji, Bhaiya and Chachu, which is Chachu's uncle, and some others from our street to leave for the mandi. Okay, so what they do, so once they all finish doing their works, what happened, they just keep having some tea and after some time they hear a horn in the tempo. Okay, who is that? That is Babuji, Bhaiya and Chachu, that is uncle. They have come and some others also from the streets had to leave to the mandi to get some fresh vegetables. Okay, let's read. Preparing for the day. Okay, so that's how they prepare for the day. How? Let's read. While Babuji is away, Amma, Chotu and I put the previous day's vegetables in gunny bags and sprinkle some water on them. By 6:30 am, Babuji is back from the mandi with baskets and sacks full of fresh vegetables. Okay, so what happened when they have gone? Okay, Babuji and everybody else, uncle and all is gone out for the mandi. What they do? They just, try to take all the previous vegetables from the gunny bags and they sprinkle some water on it. Okay, and when they're doing this around 6:30, Babuji, uncle all comes back with, fresh bags of vegetables. Okay, at that time our house looks more like a small vegetable market. There are brinjals, potatoes, tomatoes, okra, that is bindi, pumpkin, gourds or chilies and many other vegetables all around. So when they are back, it almost looks like a small market because full of vegetables all around them, all the different kinds of vegetables. Okay, everybody helps in sorting the vegetables. The vegetables which are not fully ripe and ready to sell are kept aside. We have to sort the vegetables fast so as to reach the bazaar as early as possible. So So what they do, they quickly sort all the vegetables, okay? Something, some vegetables that had to be sold today itself, they keep it aside and all the other vegetables aside, and then quickly they start, packing up everything so that they have to be to the market as early as they could. They just, go to the market, okay? By 7 o'clock, Babuji arranges all the vegetables on the hand cart and leaves for the bazaar. Okay, so Babuji, what does Babuji do around 7 o'clock in the morning? He arranges everything in the hand cart. That's how a hand cart looks. Okay, so he arranges everything and leaves for the bazaar. Next, he says that if he is late, then his regular buyers may buy their vegetables from someone else. As soon as Babuji leaves, I quickly get ready as I have to reach school by 7:30 a.m. So what happened? Babuji has to leave early by 7 o'clock because the regular buyers, whoever buys regularly to him, when he is late, they go to somebody else and buy. That's how it is, isn't it, children? When the regular person is not there, they usually go looking for some other else. So that's what they used to do. So he just rushes up and goes. So Vaishali is telling, once Babuji leaves home, then what I do, I get ready very quickly because 7:30 she has to be at school. All right, let's read. The Chotu attends school in the afternoon. Okay, he rests for a while and goes to the bazaar later with food for Babuji and Bhaiya. He stays with them at the vegetable cart until it is time for him to go to school. Sometimes he goes back to school to help Babuji. Babuji tries to see that the previous day's vegetables are sold first. So what does Chotu do? Chotu attends school a little bit late, maybe in the afternoon. So what does Chotu do? He goes to Babuji in the bazaar and he is near the cart for some time. And when it's time for school, Chotu also leaves to school. Sometimes he also comes to Babuji and see whether, the vegetables that has to be sold, previous day's vegetables are sold. So he makes sure he see that, okay? So that's how it is. Now let us talk. Let us discuss certain things, all right? So the first one is, why do you think he does this, okay? So why do you think Chotu does this, okay? He sells previous day vegetables first because they might get spoiled. Okay, so what does Babuji do? He makes sure he sells the previous day's, vegetables, because what happens, it gets the longer, it can't stay, right? It will get spoiled. So they have to finish all of the previous vegetables first. Have you seen dried or spoiled vegetables? Where? So they're asking you, have you ever seen a spoiled vegetables or a dried one? Where? They're asking, okay? If it is a yes, then write a yes. If it is a no, you can write no, okay? Yes, I have seen dried and spoiled vegetables. Where you see them, I have seen them in the market and also at home. So wherever you've seen them, you just can mention there, all right? What do you know that the vegetables, how do you know that the vegetables were spoiled? So how do you know, children, that the vegetables is spoiled? Like, what is the first sign that you really understand or know that the vegetable is spoiled? A foul smell shows that vegetables were spoiled. The bad smell that comes out of it is one of the first signs that the vegetable is completely gone. It is spoiled, okay? As the precious day vegetables get sold, buyer takes out fresh vegetables from the sacks and puts them in the cart. Okay, and then he also keeps sprinkling water on the vegetables so that they do not dry up, especially on summers. So what happened, this uncle and brother, they bring vegetables, previous vegetables, and then the fresh vegetables, they sprinkle some water because it should not dry. Usually during summer, the vegetables used to get very dry. So they make sure they sprinkle water and keep everything ready. And during this time, especially Babuji and Bhaiya used to come very, very late. Okay, let's read that. Babuji and Bhaiya return home after a very long day, only around 10 o'clock at night. By then, Chotu and I are asleep. Okay, so what happened when they come late? They all almost come very late, around 10 o'clock in the night. So what happens? Chotu and Vaishali, by that time, they are fast asleep. Okay, because that is little late time, so they are gone to sleep. Okay, everyone else sleeps around 11 to 11:30 at night. And at 3 o'clock next morning, only 4 hours later, our family is up again. Another day has begun. So what happened? Everyone else also are asleep, and then Babuji and Baya returns home. Okay, they are back at home, around 11 to 11:30. Okay, by this time they return home and everybody is asleep. So again, they just hardly get 3 to 4 hours of sleep in a day. Okay, so once they sleep again, after 4 hours of sleep, next morning they have to wake up and start working. Okay, so this is how the routine that goes on in Vaishali's house, and again the next day is begun. So this is the complete routine what we read. Okay, so that's it for today's class, children. Hope you understood. So if you did not understand any part in this chapter, I would request you to review the video once again so that you will understand it better. Okay, so we will meet in the next class with chapter 16. Until then, take care.